many of you have read J.K. Rowling's entire Harry Potter series? Not very many. And really, why would you? If you want to know the story of The Boy Who Lived, you can easily play the video game on Xbox, buy a ticket for the latest movie, or even watch a Harry Potter musical on YouTube. But do any of these truly take the place of getting cozy with the wizard who's on the page? Well, today I'm here to tell you that actually reading for pleasure is a must-do for college students. As a lifelong avid reader who recently visited the library and could not recall the last novel I had read, I can certainly understand both the enriching effects of reading as well as the difficulties of fitting reading into a busy schedule. Unfortunately, not working in book time can actually be hazardous to your health. However, all is not lost. Reading for fun can relax your body and simultaneously sharpen your mind. Therefore, you can and should make reading a priority in your daily life. Not a lot of students do reading outside of what is assigned in the classroom, leading them to miss out on the many benefits of reading. Many college kids rarely, if ever, read for leisure, and this lack of literary enrichment has a negative effect on their performance in school. In a survey explained in a 1999 article by Jude D. Gallick in the Journal of Adolescent and Adult Literacy, only 38% of college students said that they regularly or often read for pleasure. The Global Understanding Project completed a similar survey, the results of which were published in College Students' Knowledge and Beliefs, and they found that four-year college students spend twice the amount of time they spend reading each week watching television. The ramifications are both long-term and immediate. The grades of non-readers definitely reflect their lack of extra mental workouts. In the Journal of Adolescent and Adult Literacy, it was noted that the college students who did report reading for pleasure tended to have higher grade point averages than those who did not. And an interesting cycle is created by this phenomenon. According to the Handbook of Reading Research, higher levels of educational attainment produce higher levels of literary use later in their life. As current college students, you have the opportunity to raise your own GPA through extracurricular reading. In the Journal of Adolescent and Adult Literacy, Gallick deduced that 63% of students read for 2 hours or less each week. As citizens of a very competitive global job market, every advantage available should be taken advantage of. Read a little every night, and your grades will likely be ahead of 63% of those of your peers. You see, the key to combating being left behind in a sea of non-readers is quite simple. The solution? Make reading a daily priority in your life. We should incorporate reading into our typical day-to-day leisure time. We often sit in front of the TV, flipping around from one commercial-filled channel to another and complaining, "There's nothing on." Well, instead, you could spend that time with a book from your favorite genre. No TV guide channel or endless commercials necessary. It is easy to access books as college students, as we all have the benefit of our university library. As ECU students, we each have a one card that will allow us to check out any type of book that we desire at Joiner Library. And with over 3 million volumes of books inside, surely there's one for you. Once you get your free book, you can take it anywhere, on long Thanksgiving car trips, to boring classes, even just to your home to read before bed. Some of you may argue that finding time to read is simply impossible between school, work, and extracurricular activities. However, not every reading experience has to be one large chunk of time devoted to reading hundreds and hundreds of wordy pages. I personally find myself with very, very little time to devote to reading, so I like to check out short story collections such as these 2-minute mysteries. And I read them while I wait for classes and meetings to start, I read them when I don't have a buddy for lunch, or I read them when I'm on the bus. I get entertained and I boost my brain power when I would otherwise just be sitting around bored. The cognitive and cultural benefits of leisurely reading are significant. Think about the future. Ideally, you will have the mental dexterity to stay active in your community and your family well into your old age. Reading can make this possible. In addition to the immediately positive effects that reading for fun can have on your grades, your prospective mental and social health can be improved as well. An article by Lauren Dusbow in O Magazine reports that the supplementary benefits of the mental activity involved in daily reading include keeping your memory sharp, your learning capacity nimble, and your mind basically hardier as you age. You'll also see social benefits if you read from now into adulthood. The Handbook of Reading Research states that high amounts of literary activity correlates significantly with high levels of group participation. On the flip side, however, not reading as an adult can have adverse effects on your health and wellness. Reading Research Quarterly explained that adults who spend less time reading or are unable to read have a far lower economic status than those who read with frequency. And according to the New York Times, older people who read less tend to have higher mortality rates than the more literate elderly segments of the population. So the choice is yours. Lower grades now and a lower life expectancy later on, or current academic success and richer, longer years in the future? The answer to that question is as simple as picking up a book. Joiner Library is literally right next door. I urge you to take a few minutes to walk across the plaza after class today and check out a book. Reading can have very positive repercussions on your academic and personal welfare. These benefits are just too striking, and yet incredibly simple to attain, to continue to disregard them. So, learn a lesson from Harry. In The Sorcerer's Stone, a wise old man tells him, the wand chooses the wizard. Today, conjure up a little magic of your own. Head over to the library and let the perfect book